What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you one of the best pro tips for Madden 18 that will help you completely destroy the current meta on defense that is, quite frankly, very annoying. If this is your first time watching one of my videos and you want to stay up to date on the best Madden 19 tips and gameplay all year long, consider hitting the subscribe button below and make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad. So, as most of you know by now, the meta on defense is contained blitzing. It's very effective. They patched it a little bit, but it's still very effective. I've posted some of different versions of it on this channel here. It's one of those blitzes that it's hard to pass against, because the running back usually doesn't pick it up too good if it's on the opposite side. A lot of people try to bring it off of both edges, and it doesn't allow time, for deep routes to develop. And if someone has a good user, they kind of just try to cover up the short routes, and it can just be a real pain to pass against. But it can also be a pain to run against if you're running, traditional type of like inside zone type runs, because people can easily shoot the gaps on those. Now, people are pretty much usually running these out of things like nickel 335 odd, nickel 335, and dollar. 3-down linemen with defensive backs coming off the edge. Sometimes they might run a crossfire blitz up the middle, but a lot of times they're trying to get those contains off the edge. So I'm going to show you a way that just really completely destroys these type of plays. So we'll come out in dollar, DB Fire 2. That's one of the more popular ones in the game. So what you want to do is you want to use trap runs, but you also want to make sure to use trap runs out of 2 tight end sets. So one of the more popular trap runs out of a 2 tight end set is out of the single back deuce close, and it is the halfback wham. It's a trap run. Now, the halfback wham is not nearly as good as it has been the last couple years, but it's still decent, and it's still really good against this type of a defense that people like to run. Now, when you have 2 tight ends on the field, what that does is that allows you to get the pancakes versus, these bigger sets like dollar. Now, it won't happen every single time. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. It's kind of hit or miss, but when it does happen, you're going to get huge runs. But even if it doesn't happen, you can still get consistent yardage versus these defenses with this. Now, what the pancakes is they, EA implemented this in the game to prevent people from running things like dollar and dime and quarter, versus heavier sets where people would be running the ball. You shouldn't be able to defend the run out of that, but, for years in Madden, better players have been able to. So, you might not get the pancakes every time, but what you will get is you'll get consistent running yards, because these type of defenses are not very good at stopping trap runs, and it's hard for a user to shoot the gap against a trap run, whereas with like an inside zone or a halfback dive, it's a lot easier. So, what you just want to do is you want to find the lane and you want to get up the field. I mean, you see just on that first run there just how many, we got 25 yards on the first run. Nobody got pancaked there, but we still got a huge run. And this is how people usually set it up. They'll just base the line, press, they contain, they bring these guys in, and they're trying to get those guys to shoot in off the edge. And versus pass plays, they will shoot in off the edge most of the time. And if they don't, they block shed very quickly. Now, you see there, we're getting the pancakes. And when you get the pancakes, it's almost like an automatic touchdown, or if not a touchdown, a huge run there. We came up a few yards short. But I want to show you what happens. This is what happens with having a 2 tight end set. So notice, okay, that DB, or you see the 2 guys on the left right there, they get pancaked, they get thrown on their back. You can see the linebackers right here, they get thrown on their back, and then up top, the wide receiver puts the strong safety on his back. And the only reason these other 2 guys aren't on their back is because no one has tried to block them yet, but everybody else who's been blocked has pretty much been put on their back. Now, go back to the replay. Now, the reason for this is, now, you see here, what's happening is we have 2 DBs out there. DBs, those are the ones that should be getting pancaked because they're small defenders. A tight end or offensive lineman in a run situation will blow them completely off the line. Now, the linebackers and the D linemen shouldn't necessarily be getting pancaked, but that's kind of like the band-aid that EA has put in as, to help stop this. So it just is what it is, but you see they're just all getting thrown on their backs. Now, yes, the way this defense is set up, it looks like a 3-4. They're bringing the DBs in, and it's a 3-4 look, but you don't have near the size and strength of an actual 3-4, and that's why they're getting ran over. And this is why you want to use trap runs out of 2 tight end sets because it gives you the ability to get those pancakes. It might not happen every time, like I said, but having the ability to get it, when you get that in a game, if you get that, you know, you just get that one drive out of the game and you're talking about a touchdown. You see everybody got pancake there. I put a juke on the one defender that could stop me. He didn't stop me. It's a touchdown. So people that just want to mindlessly run this all game long and don't want to adjust, which is most people online. An advanced player will adjust if you're just trying to run down their throat all day, but the average person you run into online, they just want to sit in this all game and they think it's just like the quick fix, it's the hack, it's the easy, like, you know, I'm going to stop everything with this. You have to find the thing that beats those guys, and when they don't have a plan B, which most of them don't, they're out of luck. So I want to show some other type of runs, so stay watching because I want to show some differences and different things you can do. So another thing we can do here, we'll look at single back ace. And this is, again, a 2 tight end set, and they have an 0-1 trap. Now, this isn't as good as the halfback wham. The motion block with the halfback wham makes it a little bit better, in my opinion. But this is just to go to show that, you know, regular trap runs will still work too. Again, I recommend doing them out of 2 tight end sets just because you have the ability to get the pancakes. And you see, again, we got some pancakes there. I kind of got tripped up, but we still got about 7 yards. So, I mean, that's... Anytime you're getting 5+ yards on a run, you're doing golden, and that's going to pretty much happen almost every time against these type of defenses because they're 3 down lineman sets. There we got about 5. Like I said, halfback wham is a little bit better than than this particular run. I think the motion, the blocking is just a little bit better, but overall, you're going to see that you can still get really good yardage with this as well. We got caught up there, but again, you know, 15-yard run, that's good money every time. Now, I want to show the difference. Like, for example, we can look at the single back off trio, and they have an 0-1 trap. Now, that's not to say that this 0-1 trap won't work. This 0-1 trap will probably be okay, but having that 1 tight end as opposed to 2, like I said, you can never get pancakes if you have 1 tight end. You will never pancake the defense. This run should still be okay, but it's not going to be nearly as good as the other ones we've shown, because not only you take the pancakes out of the situation, but having that second tight end, it gives you like a longer offensive line in a sense. It gives you an extra body on the line that's right there where you're running the ball. So you see, like, it gets kind of clogged up there. It's not as good. Obviously, you can play around with it, see what 0-1 traps are in your playbook. You know, the deuce close halfback wham is in almost every playbook in the game. It's in at least 20, 22 playbooks in the game, so it's more than likely in your playbook, or it's in a playbook that you like. But you see here, this one isn't nearly as good as the 2 tight end set, so kind of wanted to show you that difference. Now, I'm going to flip sides because I want to show another really good run that I think is like under the radar and a lot of people don't know about. So let me I got to come out and let me show you here. So we're going to be on the Patriots on offense now, and I want to look at, this is only in their playbook to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe this is only in their playbook, and it's out of the single back bunch ace, and they have a halfback wham in the single back bunch ace. It's just pretty much the same as the deuce close halfback wham. It's just out of a different alignment, and again, we'll show it versus the same defense to keep it consistent. So now, this is a bunch set, but this is also a 2 tight end set. This isn't like shotgun bunch. It's single back bunch ace. So you see we've got Gronkowski and we've got Dwayne Allen. So again, a 2 tight end set that gives us the ability to get those pancakes. Gronkowski is going to motion on this. And again, this is going to do a really good, I mean, look at this. And like, if that guy right there, if Trufant if they just put a hand on him for a second, that's a touchdown. But we'll take the 20-yard gain every time. A few guys got pancaked there again as well. Like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's why you need the 2 tight end sets, because when you're getting these pancakes on people that want to run this, I mean, you get those pancakes to happen once a drive, and you know, you're talking about potentially a 1-play touchdown. It doesn't matter where you're at in the field. No matter if you're 80 yards out, 50 yards out, 30 yards out. You might have to make one guy miss, and you're talking about a touchdown in that case. But if not, I mean, you see how we're just completely just shredding the defense up. Now, you know, some people may, you know, try to walk these safeties down. A lot of times people do this because this usually helps prevent those pancakes from happening, because the game sees that as, you know, more guys in the box. So you probably won't get the pancakes when that happens, but you're still going to get pretty much the same amount of rushing yards because those guys aren't in run fit, so they're going to start backpedaling. We'll show the replay. They're going to start backpedaling as soon as you hike the ball. So watch the safeties. They may have been brought into the box, but they start backpedaling. So they're taking themselves out of the play. And then you see like Josh Gordon there, number 10, for example. He's shooting up the field, and he's putting a body on that guy. The only guy that can stop us here is the strong safety. We weren't able to shake him, but had we would have got more yards. So these trap runs do a very good job at destroying these meta defenses right now. And you know, like I said, I might post these contained blitzes. I post the advanced strategies, but I'm always going to eventually give you a good way around these things. And yes, it does need to be further patched. It needs to be fixed. But, you know, we don't know when that's going to happen. Instead of waiting on the patch and just kind of like crying like, oh, you know, people are running contained blitz, find the thing that beats it. Because more times than not, the average person you play online that runs these type of blitzes, you know, that maybe I or other people post, even though we might tell them, hey, scheme around this, don't just sit in this all game, you know, try to disguise things, try to mix it up. The average person just wants the one thing that's over effective, and they just want to sit in that all game long, and they don't have the mind, or they're too lazy to adjust. And those are the majority of people that run these type of defenses online. So when you run into those guys, all you have to do is find the thing that completely destroys it, because no matter what tactic you use, there's always something that completely renders it useless. There's at least one thing in the game, if not a few things, that can render any over effective tactic useless. And when you find that one thing, for example right here, these trap runs, when you run into that guy that just wants to sit in it all game because he feels like it's the end-all be-all defense, he doesn't want to adjust, he just wants to sit in it all game and have an easy game, you pull out something like this and they don't have a plan B, you're going to destroy those people every time. So instead of just, you know, getting angry over the fact that these things exist in a game, find the thing that beats it and then just beat those guys every time. And this is one of those ways to really destroy, you know, the defensive meta in the game right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.